Once upon a time, there was a happy and cheerful fish who
just keep swimming, swimming. What do? We swim.
Dory, no singing.
But this is the backstory. Dory was never like this before, forgetful. In fact, she was actually the Einstein of the ocean world.
Dory. What are you doing? What are you doing?
But in how this changed, it's simple. Society happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Finding Science
How Dory Lost Her Memory.
by Dua and Aisha. One morning in the coral reef, many of the fish were turning sick and many began to die. Dory, on the other hand, started developing a different issue. She kept losing her memory after short periods of time. Puzzled, she went to her friend Mr. Ray, the school teacher, in hopes of finding a root to this problem. Together, they knew they could find a solution to this mysterious problem.
Mr. Ray traveled to the drop-off along with Dory and noticed something wasn't right. Because he was also a mad scientist, he knew the water had changed. He sucked in some water to take it home and examine underneath his microscope. It was truly a discovery. The ocean normally absorbs 1/3 of the atmosphere's carbon, but there was more. The carbon in the atmosphere was increasing due to something he didn't quite figure out yet. The increase of carbon meant that the ocean was absorbing more carbon than it needed to, which is affecting the sea life.
After many more days of non-stop research, day and night, Mr. Ray figured out what was increasing in the water. When the CO2 from the atmosphere is absorbed and put together with H2O, it reacts and creates a new molecular compound known as H2CO3. The CO2 and H2O combine, creating 2 hydrogens, 1 carbon, and 3 oxygens, where all atoms are sharing electrons from each other.
Mr. Ray knew this happened anyways, but why was it becoming a problem now? He traveled to the depths of the ocean and travels to a place in the ocean currents along with Dory. He seeks the help of a wise turtle named Crush.
They learned that H2CO3 is also known as carbonic acid, that has always been present in the ocean, but now the amount has increased, causing destruction known as ocean acidification. But why is it happening? Crush then told Mr. Ray and Dory to explore a new place known as P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney, and his answers may lie there.
At this new place, he discovers weird creatures called humans. These humans live above water and do fast things and play with their weird things in their hands with screens and shiny colors. In a distance, Mr. Ray notices smoke going into the air from a tube in a building. He finds 2 people talking and they mention that the smoke is giving greenhouse gases and they have CO2 emissions.
The smoke is CO2. Greenhouse gases are what are causing our ocean to absorb extra CO2. Mr. Ray swims as fast as he can back to the laboratory along with Dory to inform the other fish. He realizes that the greenhouse gases are emitting extra CO2 into the air, which is increasing the amount of carbon dioxide the oceans absorb. This is increasing the amount of acidification in the ocean, which is disrupting the habitats and poisoning many fishes. When absorbed into the ocean, the CO2 reacts with water and turns in H2CO3. But these atoms will never be destroyed. They will combine into other compounds and change states, but once it's there, it cannot be disposed.
Back at the reef, more and more fish are dying, and so are the coral. Mr. Ray knows that this will also affect the people because they always rely on our coral reefs for food, medicines, and coastal protection. These people also love to eat us. I honestly don't know why, because to be honest, we're not really that tasty. Fish are friends, not food.
Above water, the extinction and poisoning of fishes will affect the fishing industry and the health of humans as they will be consuming sickened fish unknowingly. Not only that, but solely once the ocean life is destroyed, it will gradually begin to affect the life above water, including humans, as we are all part of the same food chain. The effect it has on the fishing industry will affect the human economy, especially in Canada, as fishing is one of their biggest industries. The fishing industry will collapse due to ocean acidification.
In order to provide humans with an efficient society, the humans are putting our lives in danger. But will they learn their lesson as soon as our poor, poisoned, and affected fishy friends get caught and put into their horrifying supermarkets? Or when we become endangered, they'll probably kill the rest of them off too, one species at a time. But when they're all extinct and have nothing else to catch, then will they learn their lesson?
Marlin, one of our friends, who thinks he's funny but is not, explains some jobs the good humans do to help our kind. A marine biologist. Hey, what makes a dog and a marine biologist somewhat alike?
Oh my gosh, don't start.
One wags a tail, and the other one tags a whale.
Well, anyway, Marlin explained to us that a marine biologist is the nice human. Marine biology involves the study of animals and plants that live in the ocean and near coral reefs and shorelines, and how they interact with the environment and science. They mainly focus on the basic understanding of disciplines of oceanography, physical oceanography, and chemical oceanography, and each specialize in particular interests as the ocean is immense. Some examples are marine biotechnology, molecular biology, and aquaculture.
Later that day, Dory's doctor showed up at Mr. Ray's door, admitting that there is no longer a cure for Dory, that she will forever have short-term memory loss. This will always be a depressing moment in fish history. But after all,
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Hopefully, people will listen to us fishes because we aren't only food, we are friends that help keep the world running the way it's supposed to, because we are all part of the same food chain and it affects us. It'll definitely affect the humans. Let's hope we bring more awareness to ocean acidification and in the near future put an end to it.
Shall call him Squishy, and he shall be mine, and he shall be my Squishy.